Alright, so here's the thing I want to talk about. Is Metal Gear SD Snake Eater just a shiny nostalgia trip? Or is it actually one of the best stealth games you can play in 2025? I think it might be both. Welcome to my channel, and today we're diving into Snake Eater the remake. If you play the original, you know how wild this one gets. If not, you're in for a ride. So let's dive right in. First up, we have the story. Honestly, for me, it's still one of the best in gaming. You've got Naked Snake in this Cold War mission that starts off like your average spy thriller, but ends up turning into this massive tragedy about betrayal, loyalty, and what it actually means to be a soldier. And the bosses? Well, they're not just tough fights, they're characters you actually will remember. The fear crawling like some mutant insect, leaping from trees and shooting poison darts, the end, the ancient sniper where the fight can literally last hours. And the thing I really love the most about this game is the tone it sets. It swings between that James Bond vibes and the more deeper philosophical stuff. And all in all, sure, it's goofy and it's dramatic, but it also works. And then we have the ending with the boss. Well, that's a great ending. Even though I knew it was coming, it still hit me hard. Now let's talk about visuals, because this is where the remake really shows what it's made of. Delta runs on Unreal Engine 5, and the jungle, I have to say, has never looked this good. The way the light filters through the leaves, mist creeping across swamps, and the rain dripping down your gear, it all makes sneaking around way more intense and way more prettier. And you can also see that on Snake. He looks like he's actually been through hell. You can see the scars, the stubble, and even dirt that sticks under his fingernails. And I have to say, the close-ups during cutscenes hit way harder now than they did before. And then we have the wildlife. There are crocodiles lurking just beneath the water, snakes sliding across the grass, and there are birds taking off when you spook them. It really gave me that Red Dead Redemption 2 vibe. But here it's not about immersion for immersion's sake. It's about making you constantly feel like the jungle itself could turn at you at any second. For me, what made this game really unique is how Snake Eater stands out through its survival stuff. For me personally, there isn't another stealth game that works as well as this does. Food isn't just for show, you've gotta eat to keep your stamina up, so you need to hunt crocodiles, catch snakes, eat frogs. But if that food spoils, so if you're not paying attention, you open your menu mid-mission and boom, half your inventory has turned into rotten meat. I had this one moment where Snake's stamina was crashing, everything was spoiled, and the only option left was eating a live frog. That's pretty gross, even if it's not in real life. And on top of that, we have the injury system. This isn't your standard medkit. You take a bullet, you dig it out with a knife, disinfect the wounds, stitch it shut and wrap it. Break a bone, you need to splint it. Burn yourself, you have to grab your ointment. It will slow you down, but that's the point. Every fight feels like it's gonna cost you something. And you're not just an action hero, you're trying to survive. And for me, this felt a bit like playing Scum, but less intricate and less punishing. And luckily they made some tweaks in the gameplay that actually made this game way better. I remember the original controls were, well, very difficult to say the least. In this game now you've got two control schemes. You have the classic one if you're a purist, or the mono one if you don't want to fight the camera every 5 minutes. Shooting feels way snappier, aiming is smooth, and grabbing and interrogating guards is finally intuitive. I do remember playing this game on my PlayStation 2 and I often just choked the guy out by accident. And here it actually works when it has to work. So I wasn't afraid to experiment, doing non-lethal runs, trying new stealth approaches, instead of having to worry about the controls. And that makes all the difference. And now let's talk about what makes this game really fun. because Delta manages to throw in some surprises. The biggest one for me was the Guy Savage mode. Back in the original, there was just a weird cut mini-game like a nightmare sequence you stumbled into. Now it is a fully playable, and it feels like a mashup of Castlevania and Bloodborne. Suddenly you're slashing through monsters in this gothic fever dream, and it's just so, well, I have to say out of place, but I loved playing that. And one other thing I found really cool is that they have re-recorded the Snake Eater theme with the same vocalist, and when that Bond-style intro hits you, you will get the chills. Alright, not everything is perfect. Here was the thing for me. Sometimes Delta is a little too faithful to the original. For me, the menus for food and healing are still way too clunky. You're scrolling through lists mid-fight trying to find the right ointment, and all this scrolling up and down slows everything down. And if you were hoping for a full reimagining, like brand new levels, new boss fights, bold changes, this is not going to give you that. It's a remake, it's not a reboot, and for me that's fine. But if you came in expecting a totally fresh experience, you might walk away a little disappointed. So the main question, as in every review, should you play Metal Gear Solid Delta? Honestly, for me it's 100% yes. Whether you're here for the nostalgia or you have never touched the series before, this is one of the most unique stealth experiences you can have today. It's cinematic, it's tense, it's weird, but it's all very good. You've got boss fights that feel like events, survival mechanics that will keep you on edge, and there's a story that will stick with you long after the game has finished. And yeah, sure, some parts they do feel dated, but that's also kind of the charm. It's like catching up with an old friend who had a serious glow up. That's all from me. I'm wondering, did you play the original and what do you think about this new game? Or if you are new to the series, let me know how you would compare it with other stealth games. For now, thank you all for watching, and if you want to see more, please consider subscribing to my channel. Goodbye and see you the next time.